Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is just a life update and to let you guys know what we have been doing um, and what pretty much is going on with Ronnie and I right now. So let's get into it. First off, Ronnie and I are doing good. We really are. Um, we are still at my friend's house in Thorpe, and we are still looking for a place, but as with every other place we have been, it's really, really hard. Now, I did have some, I guess you could say, leads this past week, and I was able to inquire about several different apartments, but ironically, they didn't work out. One apartment or house, half a house, was actually owned by the local magistrate in Hazelton or someone in his family. Um, I most definitely didn't want to get into that kind of a situation, so yeah, I passed on that. Two other apartments in Freeland I inquired about, but they were a little bit odd in that you weren't allowed to have an apartment-sized washer or dryer, and there was no hookup for a bowl. And also, if you had pets, they couldn't be over 15 pounds. And I thought, okay, I've never read that before, but whatever. But the issue of not having a washer and dryer hookup, yeah, lugging laundry back and forth up 3 flights of stairs, yeah, no. If I can avoid a third floor, I most definitely will, least of all with laundry. Groceries are a pain in the butt. But laundry is definitely something that, yeah, I don't want to be going that route either. So, them two didn't work out. Now, about, I want to say maybe 10 days ago, we were in actual downtown Jim Thorpe, and we were basically looking at different stores. And we were pretty much just asking people, well, how do you find out about rentals? Um, is there a newspaper, this and that? And we basically were told same thing as with every other area we have lived, that the rents are outrageous and that you're not going to find something a little more reasonable unless you go more out in the, I want to say, smaller towns. So I didn't hear anything yet about the house in. Ooh, oh my God, that scared me. I thought it was a bug. It's my phone. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't expect that. So yeah, we didn't hear anything about the house in Tamaqua. So yeah, that's kind of like, up in the air for the moment, too. Now, I was on the Luzerne County real estate group again last night. Now, I had not been on that group for about 2 weeks, and there was a lot of really interesting posts from people. And people were pretty much talking about um, rent still climbing and how that there's a few places that are like 2,000 a month and nobody is renting them. And they're just sitting empty. And if anything, these people are being laughed at for like renting their places for 2 grand. And some people, were pretty much talking and saying like, when does this end? Like, when is enough enough? Some people say rents might come back down a little bit over time. Other people say no, they're not going to. Um, Now, one of my subs, I believe last week, mentioned about a video that Krista Coupons did, which was actually really, really informative. I was able to actually go on it. I wasn't able to speak with anyone, but I did actually get on to the actual website and look up some, I guess you could say, like public housing leads in different communities. I mean, I am sure that there is waiting lists, of course, because there's waiting lists for all those things. But at least I was able to email a few places and actually request applications be mailed to me. Um, I was actually able to get in touch with that lawyer from North Pan Legal who is mailing papers to me to go after my old, well, I can't say landlord because I didn't rent from him, but Alex, the new owner of the Harrison Street building. Um, the lawyer from North Pan Legal is sending me the paperwork to go after him for my full security deposit, which actually in Pennsylvania I can go for the double amount. So, yeah, that's going to be quite, quite interesting. And pretty much, um, for the moment, with for the moment, without a vehicle, we all are, sort of, stuck here at home. My friend has several different things going on right now, which a lawyer is handling for her. And will she be getting her own vehicle, a new vehicle down the road? Yes. When? Nobody, knows, but that is something that she will be doing. Um, it's just very, very frustrating that it's so hard to, like, get a lead about something. And then, just like probably like 20, 30 other people are looking at that very same listing that you're looking at. And it's like, the hell? Um, it's very, very irritating. Now, on the bright side, and even though it isn't housing related, there is a campground on the other side of this development. If you remember the video where Ronnie and I went for a walk, and there was a gate we came up to that had the bears that were facing each other, that is actually the entrance of the campgrounds. I don't know when yet the campgrounds are going to actually be open, but they will be soon. Um, so I believe, I'm actually have to look, but I believe they have a Facebook page, and that may be an opportunity for Ronnie to actually work during the summer. Definitely within walking distance, wouldn't need a vehicle, he would be outdoors, and it might actually be the opportunity for us to go on some really nice hikes, guided tours, and learn how to go on a zip line. So apparently there's three different categories. There is the beginner, intermediate, and, advanced. And the advanced, I believe, is over the Lehigh Valley Gorge, and that's like a 50-minute long ride, zip line thing. I would be game to do the beginner. Might help me get over my uncomfortableness with heights after a certain point. Like, I'm not afraid to be on a roller coaster. I'm not afraid to be on certain rides, but I have a limit to my comfort zone of what height at some point is like too high, you know? So maybe doing something like that would actually help me face that and help me deal with that, and it wouldn't be such an, butterfly in the stomach type of event if, say I go on like a really huge roller coaster or something someday and I'm going to be like, oh shoot, I can't even look over because I'm like twice the height of, this one and this one. And I think it would be fun. It would be cool to do, to actually give it a try, see if I would like it. Oh my gosh, what was this? Okay, for my Steam account, get out of there. So yeah, that's like something that I do want to give a whirl this summer. Um, give it a try and see. I asked Ronnie would he be game to do it, and he said yeah. So, check it out. There's also so many cool stores down in Jim Thorpe in the downtown district that definitely I would love to do some videos on them. Um, there's also this really cool train ride that does go up the mountain. It's a scenic tour. I would like to do that. There's also sidecar tours, and I think they would even be fun. So there is some things that I would like to do for videos that I'm going to have to try and look into, that I that I think you guys would enjoy. Um, we, are limited for the moment by where we can look and where we can go, and also by the cost. And from what I'm seeing in some of these housing groups that I haven't been on in weeks, it just seems like the rents are going up and up and up, and at some point people just have to be like, nope, we're done, fini, kaput, stop, that's it, I'm not doing this. And I really wish people would, because if people stop renting these places for these ridiculous rents, you know what? These people aren't going to get the money. But as long as there's desperate people out there willing to pay it, well, they'll charge 3, 4 grand. They don't care. Another thing, too, I'm noticing, and I want to touch on this a moment, is a lot of people who have been displaced and are looking for a place have really been talking amongst themselves, I'm noticing. And they're talking about, I don't know, something going to be going on. There's some people's conversations were about going to their state capitals and like camping out in tents, and like some people just basically were saying enough is enough, that all these homeless families and homeless people need to band together and need to let the government know they're fed the hell up with this housing bullshit, and that something needs to be done. And I agree. I mean, I do agree. Yeah, something does need to be done. Um, but I don't really know what, because it's been allowed to go on for so many years. There's going to be a shortage soon of housing for seniors. And then, with that is going to be a bunch of disabled folks that are going to be, not able to get low income housing. So, yeah, I mean, our government, I think, knew a lot of these things were going to happen, chose not to deal with them in other presidencies, and now this is going to be like such a damn mess. People were talking in this one group yesterday about how many evictions are going on in their area, and that this summer is really going to be a turning point, and that, you know, um, a lot of people, I think, are just going to take matters into their own hands, whether they take over maybe abandoned properties and try to fix them up, I don't know. But different people are saying, like, that this nonsense of just not being able to afford the rents is completely crazy, that it needs to stop. there needs to be a limit to what landlords can charge. Problem is, so many different states have their own different rules. Like Pennsylvania, your landlord literally could raise your rent every month and you don't have a damn foot to stand on. And I think that's ridiculous. That's completely ridiculous because without tenants, a landlord isn't going to make anything. A landlord isn't going to, make any money if nobody wants to rent his property. So, yeah, I think at some point there needs to be housing and the crisis really need to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed by our government very, very soon. Um, I just, I don't feel that there was enough done, about it in regards to it. And there are other categories of people that are struggling besides folks who lost their jobs and that during the pandemic. I mean, ironically, I think from what I've been seeing in some groups, in some areas, it's all the other groups of people that are the ones that are really struggling and not the people that were able to get the rental assistance. So, it may not be that way in all areas, obviously, but something really does need to be done about this because it just cannot continue like this. And, you know, I, I mean, I don't know any particular answer, but I think putting a cap on what landlords can charge would be a good place. So, I don't know. At the end of the day, we're still in the same situation. Um, we haven't found anything that we could afford yet, you know? Um, I'll be quite honest with you. I took a break from looking because I just got fed up with looking. And I wasn't on Facebook for about 2 weeks looking at places. Yesterday was actually the first day in probably about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. And I seen listings for these two apartments in Freeland, both of which were third floor apartments. But I never seen that before. Your pet can't weigh over 15 pounds. I thought, mm, goodness, between Oreo and Feisty, the two of them together, probably about 25 pounds. So yeah, I don't know how that would work out. But also the fact that you're not allowed to have an apartment size washer or dryer, and you're not allowed to have, I mean, there's no hookup for a full size washer and dryer, which was interesting because when we had a third floor apartment, we did in fact have a hookup for washer and dryer. Um, so yeah, I don't know, but something needs to be done with these ridiculous rents. They really do. And, I get not every landlord is, money hungry, greedy, whatever, but there is some of them that are. Because once the moratorium is lifted and a lot of people are really left, in a bad situation, um, it just may be a crazy ass summer. And, we're gonna have to just play it by ear and see. Um, I'm still waiting for um, my Maze Birch box. It hasn't shown up in my friend's mailbox yet, but when I do get it, I will be doing that video, guys. So yeah, there is some cool things we're gonna be doing this summer, while we're in this particular area. But yeah, for the moment, we're just not having any luck, so I don't know quite yet, you know, and I'm not even saying like I'm just specifically looking here. I'm looking back in Milton, I'm looking back in Hazelton, Freeland, Wolfsburg, back to the original areas that I was looking in the first place. And so, yeah, still nothing. So, hey, when something does work out for us, guys, trust me, you all will be the first to know. So if you like this video, guys, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit my subscribe button and don't forget to hit my bell so you're notified every time I do upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you all on my next one. Bye.